Oh, hi, Luke. No, I haven't. Hi, how are you? All right?
Services that you've purchased. I'm good, thank you, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this about goods or services that you've purchased, yeah?
Yes. Partially, yes. It's a generic inquiry, actually. My name is Ayesha from God FM. And I'm a victim of gang stalking. I don't know if you know what that is.
Okay.
But basically, I've had my whole identity stolen. Every phone cloned, every SIM card cloned, home invasions, electrics messed with, laser lights being pointed, all sorts of weird stuff put in my water. So with no one to help me, with the police, obviously, because they don't investigate this type of crime because it's so complex, what I've been doing is going round all of the regulators to ensure their safety measures for the public, right, with 5G, water, electricity, etc. Okay. My question to you is, do you know if there's a regulator for Bluetooth and things like Wi-Fi, spoofing, and also aerials as well? I was suggested to phone you, see, because I've rung all the regulators and they've told me that they don't regulate all of these things, you see, and we're using them. And Bluetooth is a form of communication, but you also can hack someone very badly through Bluetooth, right? And that's what these guys are doing to me, right? Through Bluetooth. And so I wanted to get your advice, if I could, please, because it's difficult, it is. There's a lot of different things. Also lights.
Do you just want a regulator for the industry?
Yeah, is there a regulator for Bluetooth and also for laser lights that are pointed at you to cook you alive?
Okay.
Is there a regulator for those things? These are new technology that are out in the public domain and being used against me and are not recognized as being used. And so anybody can build a microwave. I mean, a microwave is just a light with some magnets and a transformer. If you take away the box and rewire it and point that light at someone, you can actually cook them alive. And this is what's happening to me. And it's all about proving it and finding out if it's regulated now. As a broadcaster for God FM, I'm just trying to find out for the other victims as well, which is the best way to, prove the crimes are happening. And see if there's anybody who will regulate it and ensure public safety. Because what's happening to me could happen to anyone. I'm not crazy, I promise you.
So, you're just looking for the regulator for the industry then, yeah?
Yeah. Is there a regulator for Bluetooth?
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I can provide you with that then.
Oh, thanks.
So, basically, in this regard, what you'll need to do is you'll need to contact Ofcom.
Okay, I've contacted Ofcom. They've told me they don't regulate Bluetooth.
Well, they will be the regulator for communications, so
okay.
That would be the only thing that I can give you in this regard.
Okay, and for laser weapons?
I don't know if there's a regulator for that industry. It's not something that we usually deal with necessarily.
Or possibly communication through light. That would be probably Ofcom as well, won't it?
If it's anything digital communication, that's probably, yeah.
And what about AI? Is there any regulator for AI?
Not that I know of, no. I'll try and check for you, but...
Because have you heard, some of the speakers have refused to take instructions now? The smart speakers.
It doesn't have, no, the UK doesn't have a single AI regulator, I thought so. It may be that you'd need to go through either Ofcom for that, potentially. If there's communication done through that, or perhaps like any online safety, Ofcom would be the people to contact regarding that. Unfortunately, it sounds like most of the things you're talking about here would be needing to go through Ofcom.
Is there a regulator for Ofcom? Because Ofcom seemed to have sort of had a few holes in the net, really, and there's a lot of things not being regulated, I think. Okay. And then what? The other thing is nanotechnology. Is there a regulator for nanotechnology?
No.
No regulator. Is that right?
No.
Okay.
There's no regulator now.
Is there a regulator for hijacking someone's biometrics? Or mine?
Again, that would be the same. Anything digital would be through Ofcom. So in that regard, which would be for anything communications based through Ofcom. If you talk about being hacked, it's a digital communication effectively, so that would be for Ofcom.
What about from a medical angle? Is there a regulator for the medical side apart from the NHS? Because it's a medical result, like the things that are happening to me are resulting in me becoming unwell. So I'm now wondering if maybe I should try the medical angle. So is there a medical regulator for the human beings on this earth? Like, for safety? To ensure that people are not consuming nanotechnology in the water and in the food and the stuff they're breathing? Is there a regulator that would cover that spectrum of items? I'm sorry to ask such wide questions, but I don't know where to go with my questions, and no one's really providing me with answers, and I'm really not liking what I'm finding out.
So there's two discussions here. Basically, the premise is you can go to Ofcom about most of the things that you brought up there. If you're talking about water usage, and you could potentially go to Ofwat, which is the Water Services Regulation Authority. So there's you two options really in what you've spoken to. The rest of the information you've given me, I don't think there are regulators for now.
Okay. All right. Quick question for you. How would you feel if somebody put nano into your water and hijacked your biometrics, your consciousness, your mind, and hijacked it completely? And there was nobody to regulate this kind of conduct or activity or safety for the public. How would you feel about that with the technology we've currently got with 5G?
It's not something that we're able to comment on, really. If there's an issue there, you would need to take it up with those regulators that I've mentioned, but ourselves, we wouldn't be able to comment on that.
Okay. All right. Well, have a wonderful day. Thank you for your help, and we'll keep dialing.
Thank you.
I'm Ayesha at God FM. Have a good day. God bless you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So there we go. That's the Citizens Advice Bureau for the UK, and they're not able to advise me either. There's nobody who regulates a lot of the stuff that's happening to targeted individuals from a medical standpoint, a body point, a standpoint, communication point, from a criminal standpoint, from a cyber point, no. Spoofing, fake masks, aerials, stealing of consciousness, cooking you alive with laser weapons, all of this not regulated, not policed, and no safety measures are in place for the public domain. And I am concerned. I really am. And also what I've established is that for the 5G and EMF, the only way you can establish that these measures are safe is to go through the regulator who has implemented this technology to hijack your mind. So the perpetrator is the regulator in all instances of the crimes being committed against humanity in England. I don't know what it's like across the world, probably the same. So communications, hijacking your mind, using nanotechnology, laser lights, cooking you alive, and actually to prove the crimes, which the police, when you make the report to the police want you to prove that you are being cooked alive in your home, and they want you to prove that you're being hacked, and they want you to prove that you're not connecting to your own telephone mast. They want you to prove that somebody is spoofing your Wi-Fi, and they want to prove that you've got home invasions organized by the Neighborhood Watch gang stalking operation, who are all complicit with it, and they want you to prove that your electricity has been hijacked. They want you to prove that someone has put stuff in your home. They want you to prove that this has affected you. And they won't give you any means to qualify the safety of the technology that they have rolled out. So the digital ID, facial recognition, 4G, 5G, 6G, track, trace, bag and tag like animals, 15-minute cities, memory wipe happy days clinic, stealing of the conscious mind, stealing of the souls of the people, does not fall within the remit of any regulator. There are no safety measures for the public, and I, for one, am horrified that the people who implement the measures of safety and regulate the supplies are the same people who have rolled out this technology. And they are the same people who are locking us in our 15-minute cities and are the same people working with the World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum, who have told us that we'll have the brain capacity of a dog and we'll have to purchase intelligence. It's the same people instructing those guys and our governments. And yet, when you raise the question about nanotechnology and the 5G, and you raise concerns about safety, they deny the existence of the technology that there is in the public domain, and they also tell you can't trust what's written on the internet. But then they're actually rolling out all of the things that they've told us they would do. So Southwest Water have told us that they're putting nano in the water. Then they deny it, even though it's in the public domain. Online, Southwest Water uses nanotechnology. 5G, microwave frequencies denied, but that's already been established as fact. The dangers of 5G are also fact, but again denied by the very regulator who has farmed out this technology. They've told me that EMF cannot be quantified in terms of safety with your average product testers that you can purchase. So you can't really assess the safety, and you can't be sure it's safe. So when you're getting headaches and your EMF levels are very high on your tester, you can't rely on that, because the same people who plan on stealing your mind and have farmed out this technology, the same people who regulate it, have told you it's safe, even though it's not. And they've told you that they would, if you want to test for EMF, you can go to them and pay £1,000 for a test, but they probably won't find anything. You know why? Because they'll make sure they don't find anything. So what we've got is we've got criminals running everything, rolling out technology to take over the consciousness, the biometrics, the chakras, the minds, the bodies, the souls of people at a mass level. And you've also got a culling going on with poisoning of the air and the water and the food. And the only people, again with water, the only ones who regulate it are basically the suppliers. And so there's nobody who can actually quantify the safety levels of these supplies. And electricity, the same, you know. All the smart meters and everything. It's quite frustrating. Particularly find it interesting with the Bluetooth. that there's no regulator for Bluetooth, but the people who are hacking me through Bluetooth. And all the vaccinated people have a Bluetooth address. And the nanotechnology operates on the same bandwidth as Bluetooth. And this hijacks the Wi-Fi and the telecommunications of any network. And this creates its own IP address in the people that it now occupies, as in the nanotechnology that's constructing around the bodies of the people. They've now got their own IP address, and they're also now communicating through the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi and uploading and downloading their latest footsteps, movements, location, and everything about them. And the lights can read your mind through the Wi-Fi with the 6G, can read the room. But again, no one will acknowledge this technology. They'll deny it, even though they told us that's what this technology can do. And you see, my concern is this: you can deny it if you want. People, I think, have. But I think that people have actually been taken over. That's what I think. So, it's like a living horror show for me. Having my telephone number completely taken over. Every single thing I do related to my number is hacked. So I know that somebody else has cloned my number and taken it over, because my number's related to me. And it's all about you and me, right? So they want your consciousness. And the way to track you is with your number, which is then connected up with your body and your biometrics, which is synchronized to your phone, which is the interface and the magic mirror to the metaverse, the world of the dead, and the beast system. And this stuff is quite hard to comprehend, but it's damn fucking dangerous. And if you're listening to me, you need to take note. This isn't just imaginary. What's happening to me is not just happening to me. It's happening to loads and loads of other people. And it's awful, it is. And I'm going to spearhead bringing this to the light of everyone I can. I understand that all media streams are controlled by the powers that be, and I'm probably one of the only media sources of truth. And so maybe that's why the Lord has put me here. I'm sure he didn't put me here to be tortured and tormented and cooked alive and have my identity cloned and have my mind stolen. And have home invasions and be poisoned and gassed to death for fun. And I'm sure God didn't do it because he's angry with me. I hope not, anyway. So, I guess I'm a witness to what's happening. And for the other targeted individuals, I have to stand up and lead the way. And start shaking some things around, making people aware of it. You might have heard some of my recorded calls with Ofcom in the end of the phone call. The guy was sort of insinuating I was crazy. Yeah. But then I soon told him, actually there's many victims like me, and this call's recorded. That's why I threw that in there. Because I'm tired of being made out to be crazy. Because what is happening to me could happen to anyone else. And if you are stalking me and hacking me and torturing me and cooking me alive in my home and doing home invasions and taking over my telephone and my communications, then I'm going to tell the whole damn fucking world about it. And I'm going to find out why the criminals are not going to be held to account. And I'm going to tell the world why they're not being held to account for their crimes. And what is the mechanism behind them not being held accountable for their crimes. And that is because there's no regulator for this technology, which is very advanced. There's no regulator for the safety of the public. And so all the public are exposed to all of these frequencies which are going to affect them. Maybe not as much as me, because they're not being radiated day and night with a team of professional criminals to terrorize you. But nevertheless, they're still going to suffer. And we've got to look at the safety of the public, I think. And wiping a computer is easy peasy, you know, with a laser light and reinstalling software. But it's also easy peasy with a human being with a laser light. Think about that for a moment. And think there's nobody to regulate it. So, like, if you have someone break into your home, they would get put away. But if they want to actually break into your body and take it over and steal your consciousness, that's not a crime, not recognized as a crime, not recognized as possible, but is possible and is being conducted at mass across the world. It's Ayesha from God FM, and I'm raising awareness of the crimes that are committed against innocent people. And I think I'm the only one that's talking about it. And hopefully the more I talk about it, the more credibility it will be given for the other victims. So like I say, I won't rest. And I won't be able to relax or smile again until I've got justice and I feel safe. That I'm not going to be hacked and I'm not going to be home invaded and I'm not going to have someone tampering with my water and pointing laser lights at me. And until that stops and these people are put away, then I won't relax. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that these people do get put away. And these crimes are recognized as crimes. Because it is crimes. Very serious crimes. Yeah. Alright, it's Ayesha from God FM, and if you want to find me, you can find me on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Chrome, YouTube, Apple X, as well as TikTok and Telegram as God FM News, God FM New, God FM Radio, God FM Group, and God FM Media. You can email me, admin@godfm.uk, and you can WhatsApp me, +44 777 357 Have a good day. It's Ayesha from God FM. And today's the 14th of April. Can't believe it. We're going into the 4th year now of full-time harassment, torture, stalking, home invasions, hacking, cloning of my identity, my phone. Yeah. Great. Wish I was never born. I hate this place. Have a good day. It's Ayesha from God FM. Take care.